everyone, my name is Finglas. I'm 19 years old. I've been dancing for 17 years and I'm a two-time world champion. I live in Drogheda, Ireland, and I dance with the Carson Kennedy Academy in Belfast. I was so privileged to be on the cover of the Irish Dance magazine in July 2016.
Hi, my name is Caitriona Quinlan and I was fortunate enough to be on the cover of the Irish Dancer magazine in January 2012. At the time I was dancing for School Rinka Caymoor, who are based in London. I then took a break from competitive Irish dancing at the age of 19 whilst at university studying to become a dentist. In 2016 I passed my TCRG exam and shortly after opened an Irish dancer school called Cara Gale with Sinead Jones.
My name is Orlaith Bradley. I'm 18 years old. I dance for School Rinka Caymoor in County Armagh, and in October 2017 I was so grateful to be given the opportunity to feature on the cover of the Irish Dancing magazine. Since being on the cover of the Irish Dancing magazine, I became a world champion in Glasgow in the under 17 girls category. Winning the World Championships after many years of hard work was such a special moment, and I was so glad to be able to share that with my family, my friends and my dancing teacher Sarah.
Did Irish dancing help you with your education and work goals, and if so, why? So yes, I definitely think Irish dancing helped with my education. I think to be a committed Irish dancer, you have to be hardworking and dedicated. And because we dance all the time, you need to know the power of time management. So I think Irish dancing really made me disciplined and focused in what I was doing. And in that sense, I actually owe a lot to Irish dancing because I learnt all those things without actually realising it.
I think Irish dancing teaches you many things, but to name a few are time management, discipline, and setting and achieving goals. When you're competing at the highest level, you will be at class 4 to 5 times a week, as well as feshing at the weekend and practicing at home. So you have no other choice but to manage that with schoolwork, exams, revision, so you learn to become more efficient with your time.
So my best dance memory would have to be when I won the World Championships in Montreal in 2015. Honestly, it is a memory that I can't even describe. It is the most memorable moment I will probably ever have. But I remember it so clearly. I was so nervous when the results were coming out, and my teacher Jared was sitting on one side and my teacher Jackie was on the other side. And when I was announced the world champion, my teacher Jared lifted me up and he swung me around, and I just remember being so overwhelmed. I couldn't believe that I was the world champion, but I just had so much happiness and joy, and it was just one of the best memories and I'll never forget it.
What is your best dance memory? So there are so many to choose from, but one that stands out the most for me is winning the Great Britain Championships for the first time. I remember the results being called out in reverse order on stage, which was terrifying, but when you're announced as the winner, the feeling is incredible. It's like nothing else and one that you will never forget.
What advice would you give your former self back in the day when you were a young dancer? So the advice I'd probably give to myself is just to enjoy every moment on stage and not let nerves stand in your way. I know for a lot of dancers, nerves can have a big impact on their performance. I think what we have to understand is that we dance because we love it so much and we enjoy it so much. So what I would say is just to forget about your nerves and let the enjoyment of your performance shine through. Did you practice a lot at home when you were competing? And if so, what are your tips for dancers who are practicing at home and trying to stay motivated? So I practice a lot at home, and I think it's a great opportunity to focus on things that your teachers have told you to work on. Personally, I love dancing by myself. I think I'm in my own little bubble and I get to focus on things that I don't necessarily get to focus on when I'm in class. I think to stay motivated, I often pretend that I am dancing on stage. I tend to work a little bit harder, and then when the time comes when I do have to dance on stage, I'm more mentally prepared.
I find it really useful to write down a list of everything I want to get through each time I practice. So I go through this list and I tick off everything as I go along, and at the end I might write down a few things that I want to work on the next time I come back to practice. I practice every day at home, especially on the lead up to major competitions. At dance class, I spend a lot of time working on my fitness and my stamina, so I think it's equally as important at home to break down my dances and really focus specifically on my technique and my execution of each movement.
Missing Worlds 2020 had to be difficult. What are you doing to stay motivated, and how are you feeling about getting back onto the competition circuit? So I know for a lot of dancers, missing the Worlds this year was absolutely devastating. There was a lot of exciting things happening that just never got to happen. I think what really made it difficult for me was that I felt all my hours of hard work had just gone to waste. But I just had to remind myself that it wasn't all for nothing, because all my hours of hard work, effort, pain, self-discipline, it was all worth it because I really improved as a dancer, and that's what's really keeping me motivated for the next dance season to come, because I want to continue to grow as a dancer, and it makes me even more excited to get back into the competition circuit.
Similarly to many other dancers, I was really disappointed to hear that the World Championships this year had to be cancelled, especially because last year I was injured and I didn't get the opportunity to compete in Greensboro in North Carolina.
If you could transport yourself back to any age, what age would it be and why? Honestly, if I could pick an age to be at, it would probably just be the age I am now. Because in my 17th year of dancing, I've realised how much dancing really means to me and how grateful I am for everything that I've achieved. So yeah, I love the age I'm at now, and I can't wait to start competing again.